Well, good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today's one of my favorite kind of days. I'm not doing any work at all. The old LX is going to do it for me. All we're doing today is I'm just going to spend a few hours. We're going to grapple up and move some of these logs down by the splitter. Let me show you the plan. We've got all these guys sitting along the side, if you remember. All these guys sitting down here need to be moved over there. One tough thing about working in the forest when you've got a cab is you get used to that pucker factor, as a lot of people call it. You're going over so many undulations and potholes and rocks and stumps that it kind of makes it a bit of an exciting journey coming from, well, from one end all the way down through the slope. And then we're going to drop our logs right here by the log table. That way we can buck them and roll them right up onto the axis. Try to minimize any extra work that we're going to need to do. Some of these logs are actually basswood, so I think the guy wants some of them because he needs to camp them for the backstop for the range. So we're going to try to focus on some of the smaller bass, the maple, and I think there's a little bit of ash back there. So hey, let's fire up the grapple. It's been a little while. Let's see if we can get ourselves a few logs down there so the boys have something to work on while I'm away next week. Cheers. Boy, not a minute too soon. We just got out of the forest and it started to pour. We're in for some lightning too, apparently, so I'm glad we got out. I just wanted to leave a little note for some of the newer tractor owners, something that I learned a while ago and hopefully can help you. When you're out in the forest on uneven, soft ground like that, especially after a few days of rain, you really want to go super slow, especially if you're lifting things with the grappler and the loader. So you'll notice today I was in low range, I was in four-wheel drive, and I was driving very, very slowly. And you always want to try to keep your weight low to the ground after you've got it secured. Then I always try to remember to drop it down a bit. You know, not so much that it's hitting the ground, but so that I've got that weight low. Because in these tractors, especially these smaller compacts, they're very narrow tractors. They're not as wide as an L or an M series. And you'll find that it feels like you're constantly thrown off kilter, or that the tractor's being tilted side to side as you go through the forest. So it's just helpful if you go really slow, take your time. If you start to feel that like you're almost about to fall over or you're getting close, just back yourself up, find another way around it. And similar to what you saw me do today, if necessary, rip that rock out with the grapple or that stump, get it out of the way. I think I only had one big boulder, but I kept having to run over it because it was right in the middle of my trail. And so every time I ran over it, I could feel the tractor wanting to tilt over. And then that way you take a few minutes, get that rock or that boulder out of there, backfill the hole a bit, and then you've got a bit of a smoother path and a little more confidence if you're going back and forth with, you know, logs that weigh hundreds of pounds. I hope that's helpful to you. Oh, I'm not sure if you good folks could see that, but it looks like Mother Nature showed up early again. Thunderstorm wasn't supposed to come in until around noon. It's a little early. But we got a lot done. We got almost a full trailer load. Got a bunch of pile of logs there so that the guys have something to do over the next week. And even though I have a cab, probably not a good idea to hang out in the forest in this thunderstorm. Thanks again for sticking around with us. I hope you enjoyed the forest today. Have a great week. Please be kind to one another, and I'll see you again right here. I'm Gord Potter, and you've been watching GP Outdoors. Cheers.